For the last 20 years, advanced chip making has been defined by two absolute monopolies. TSMC manufactures 90% of the world's leading-edge silicon, and ASML is the sole provider of the extreme ultraviolet lithography machines required to print them. That equilibrium held because there was no alternative. The physics were considered impossible. But a US-based startup called Substrate now claims to have broken that rule. They are using X-ray lithography powered by compact particle accelerators. According to company-reported data, they have achieved resolutions that typically require the world's most expensive EUV lines, but at a fraction of the tool cost. If this scales, and that is a massive if, it does not simply introduce a new tool. It breaks the cost structure that has centralized power in the hands of a few capital-intensive players. I have spent over a decade designing microchips. What follows is a technical breakdown of what this machine actually does, the evidence behind it, and the physics that remain unproven. Semiconductor manufacturing involves hundreds of steps, but one step defines the economic reality of the entire planet: lithography. Put simply, this is projecting circuit patterns onto silicon. Where light hits, chemistry changes. Where it doesn't, material remains. Repeat this layer by layer and a microchip emerges. The constraint has always been wavelength. You cannot print features smaller than the light you use to draw them. This is not a design flaw, it is physics. For years, we used deep ultraviolet light at 193 nanometers. But when transistors shrank past that limit, the industry had to shift to extreme ultraviolet, or EUV. This operates at 13.5 nanometers, 10 times tighter. EUV enabled the modern AI era, but achieving it required the most complex machine ever built. Because EUV light is absorbed by air and glass, the entire process must happen in a perfect vacuum using mirrors, not lenses. And the light source? It's pure sci-fi. A high-power laser strikes a falling droplet of molten tin, vaporizing it into plasma. And it does this 50,000 times per second. Only one company, ASML, mastered this. Their machines cost $400 million each. At the leading edge, only 3 companies, TSMC, Samsung, and Intel, can even afford to turn them on. The barrier to entry isn't just money. It's the ability to manage the most difficult manufacturing process in human history. As we shrink transistors below 2 nanometers, we hit a wall. Even EUV light is too blunt to print the smallest features in a single shot. The industry solution is multi-patterning. Instead of printing a pattern once, you split it. You print half the lines, realign the machine, and print the other half. It works, but it's brutal. Every extra pass doubles your time and multiplies your risk of defects. And most importantly, it explodes the cost. ASML's answer has been to push the machine harder. Their new high-NA systems use massive, aggressive optics to squeeze more resolution out of the same light. These machines are approaching $500 million each. And the next generation? Even bigger, even more expensive. We are entering a cost-death spiral. By 2030, a single leading-edge fab could cost $50 billion. A single wafer could cost $100,000 to process. At that price point, the barrier to entry isn't technology anymore. It's bankruptcy. The question is this trajectory inevitable? Do we have to keep building stadium-sized machines to print atom-sized switches? Or is there a way to cheat the physics? X-ray lithography isn't new. In the 1980s, it was considered the holy grail. The physics are undeniable. X-rays have wavelengths up to 1,000 times shorter than EUV. At that scale, you don't need optical tricks. You don't need to split patterns. You just print. So why didn't we use it? Because X-rays are notoriously hard to tame. They pass through lenses like they aren't even there. But the bigger problem was the source. To generate enough X-ray brightness for manufacturing, you needed a synchrotron, a particle accelerator the size of a football stadium. It was scientifically possible, but industrially insane. You couldn't put a synchrotron inside a chip factory. That is what has changed. Over the last decade, we figured out how to shrink the physics. We moved from national lab-sized accelerators to compact designs. Substrate claims to have done the impossible. They have taken the power of a stadium-sized accelerator and compressed it into a tool that fits on a factory floor. According to their disclosures, Substrate has built a particle accelerator you can actually ship. Here is how it works. Inside the chamber, electrons are accelerated to near light speed using radio frequency cavities. These aren't just particles anymore, they are relativistic projectiles. They are then fired through a magnetic gauntlet called an undulator. This structure forces the electrons to slalom, violently oscillating back and forth. As they shake, they shed energy in the form of incredibly bright X-ray bursts. It is the exact same physics used in billion-dollar national labs, but compressed by orders of magnitude. The question isn't whether the science is real. We know it is. The question is, can you run a mini synchrotron 24/7 with perfect stability without it tearing itself apart? Because if they can do that, the $400 million EUV monopoly is in trouble. Substrate has already released demonstrations showing 12 nanometer feature printing. That puts them squarely in the game for sub-2 nanometer logic. But resolution isn't the killer feature here. Simplicity is. Substrate claims they can print these critical layers in a single shot. Remember the death spiral of multi-patterning? The double exposures? The alignment errors? Gone. With X-rays, you print the pattern once and you move on. The specs are terrifying for the competition. They claim resolution comparable to ASML's high-NA EUV, with placement accuracy down to 0.25 nanometers. That is well within the tolerance for the world's most advanced chips. And they are doing it at a discount that sounds like a typo. A high-NA EUV machine costs nearly $500 million. Substrate projects their tool will cost $50 million. That is a 90% reduction in capital cost. If these numbers hold, it doesn't just improve the industry, it breaks it. It decouples Moore's law from bankruptcy. But as always in hardware, a lab demo is not a factory floor. The real test isn't, can you do it once? It's, can you do it a billion times without failing? Printing a pattern once is a science experiment. Printing it a billion times is an industry. And this is where the skeptics dig in their heels. The problem is the energy. X-rays are violent. They carry significantly more punch than EUV. When you hit a standard silicon wafer with that kind of power, you don't just expose the photoresist, you risk obliterating it. Standard chemistry doesn't work here. The materials we use today would degrade, scatter the beam, or introduce noise, defects that kill the chip. Substrate knows this. They've admitted they have to rebuild the entire chemical stack from scratch. Proprietary photoresists, new mask technologies, new everything. It is a massive engineering hurdle. And even if the chemistry works, you face the valley of death, throughput. It took ASML more than a decade of grinding, failure, and billions of dollars to get EUV reliable enough for high-volume manufacturing. Substrate is attempting to compress that timeline into a few years. History says they should fail. But if they don't, Substrate has one final card to play. And it's a strategy that comes straight from the Elon Musk playbook. They aren't going to sell these machines. If you are Intel or TSMC, you can't buy a Substrate tool. Instead, Substrate is building its own foundry right here in the United States. They are vertically integrating the entire stack, building the machine, inventing the chemistry, and running the factory themselves. They don't want to be the next ASML. They want to be the next TSMC. The logic is ruthless. Why wait for sluggish incumbents to adopt your tech when you can just use it to beat them? But this is also their greatest danger. TSMC isn't just a company. It's a manufacturing god. They process 1.6 million wafers a month. They have 30 years of yield learning, the institutional muscle memory of how to run a fab without screwing up. Substrate is a startup with 0 wafers shipped. They estimate it will take 5 years to reach maturity. In the world of AI, 5 years is an eternity. But if they pull it off, they don't just lower the price of chips. They bring the center of gravity for advanced manufacturing back to American soil. So, what happens if they pull this off? This goes far beyond cheaper iPhones or faster graphics cards. This is about who holds the keys to the 21st century. Right now, the AI gap is defined by access to advanced nodes. And that access is geographically concentrated in a fortress around Taiwan and South Korea. The barrier to entry is money. You need $20 billion just to sit at the poker table. But Substrate is threatening to kick the table over. If they can deliver sub-2 nm chips with a 50 million tool instead of a 500 million one, the economics of the industry collapse. It is the SpaceX moment for semiconductors. Just as reusable rockets destroyed the monopoly on space launch, single-shot lithography could destroy the monopoly on advanced compute. It moves the center of gravity from a specialized, high-cost fortress to anywhere with electricity and a shipping container. It decentralizes power, it reshores sovereignty, and it gives the United States a manufacturing superweapon that China cannot easily copy. The risks are massive, the physics are brutal, and the incumbents will not go down without a fight. But for the first time in decades, the hardest part of the chip war isn't just about making things smaller, it's about making them simple again. So here is my question for you guys in the comments. If the US can mass-produce cutting-edge chips for pennies on the dollar, does the silicon shield around Taiwan dissolve? Or does it just make the race for AI even more dangerous? Now, Substrate isn't the only one trying to shrink a football stadium into a shipping container. There is a quiet arms race happening right now in compact light sources. Startups like X-Light and Inversion are chasing similar breakthroughs. But there is a critical difference in strategy. Most of these companies are trying to save the current order. They want to bolt their lasers onto ASML scanners, essentially building a massive turbocharger for the existing supply chain. They are betting on evolution. Substrate is betting on revolution. They don't want to fix the EUV ecosystem, they want to replace it. This is the most aggressive stance in the industry. While labs in China, Japan, and Europe are publishing papers, Substrate is the only one claiming they will have a fully operational foundry service in 5 years. It is a moonshot claim. And frankly, the physics is the easy part. The real barrier is the grind. Can they hit yield? Can they run 24/7 without the beam drifting? Can they compete with the relentless military-grade precision of TSMC? Because in the chip war, having the best science doesn't matter if you can't ship the product. But before we pop the champagne, we have to look at the minefield. There are 5 kill switches that could end this company tomorrow. Number 1, velocity. Substrate has proven they can print small. They haven't proven they can print fast. In this game, if you aren't moving wafers at max speed, you die. We still don't know their wafers per hour number, and that silence is loud. Number 2, the chemistry. Remember those special resists? They don't exist at scale yet. Substrate isn't just fighting physics, they are fighting chemistry. If the materials supply chain can't keep up, the factory stops. Number 3, the TSMC effect. TSMC doesn't just have better machines, they have better discipline. They have 30 years of institutional muscle memory. Substrate is trying to replicate that culture from scratch in the US. That is a human problem, not a technical one. Number 4, the hidden costs. Sure, the tool is cheaper, but if your electricity bill is higher, your gold masks are fragile, and your yield is low, that $50 million price tag is an illusion. The total cost of ownership is the only number that matters to a CFO. Number 5, the watch list. The moment this technology works, it becomes a weapon. The US government controls the export of advanced lithography. Substrate is walking directly into the crosshairs of the Commerce Department. Success doesn't just bring profits, it brings scrutiny. For the first time in 20 years, the EUV roadmap has a credible challenger. Whether Substrate succeeds or fails almost doesn't matter. The fact that they have gotten this far forces the entire industry to question the assumptions they've held since the early 2000s. If this X-ray tech scales, it doesn't just add a new tool to the fab. It changes who is allowed to play the game. It changes where the factories are built, and it changes how fast the future arrives. If it fails, it becomes another tombstone in the graveyard of almost was technologies. Another great idea that couldn't survive the brutal economics of manufacturing. But either way, the constraints have shifted. And in the semiconductor war, when you change the constraints, you change everything. So, here is the question I want you to answer in the comments. Is Substrate the SpaceX of chips, Or is this just another hype cycle that will crash against the reality of mass production?